to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sonia, and I'd love it if you could subscribe, and if you're already an existing subscriber, welcome back. So I have my tea here with me today because I'm not feeling too well, but I do need to film some videos, so I thought I'll bring my tea with me so I can at least drink it. Today I'm going to be doing my update for my Pan That palette. Now last month I did introduce an eyeshadow palette and a 1 month one palette as well, which I can't believe it's already been a month. It's crazy. So we'll be actually swapping out the 1 month one palette in this video. But of course what we will do first is talk about my face palette that has been in since the beginning of the year, and what I will do on the screen now is I'll put a picture of what it looked like the last update. And then what we will do as well, just because I found that it does actually work better, is I'm going to put a picture of what it looks like now, and then I will show you as well. The first palette I'm trying to pan is this, and this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. This is getting old, so it definitely needs to be used up. And as you would have seen, I hit my goal last month of hitting pan in this one here. So I already had pan in this one and I wanted to expand it, which I feel like I have. And then I've hit pan in this one, which was my goal. So I'm really happy with that. These two here, which I do use, this one is definitely starting to get more of a dip. I kind of want to be optimistic and say I would like to try and hit pan on that next month. But compared to the powders, these ones I want to feel a bit more tightly pressed. I'm just so happy that I've managed to at least make my goal on hitting pan on both of these. I would like to try and extend the pan a little bit more in these now, because I would like to at least try and finish something in this palette. We are in May now and I've still not hit pan in either of these, so I'm thinking it might be a little bit unrealistic to actually finish them. I would like to finish the powders this year. I think with these I would just like to try and hit pan, because like I said, these ones are a bit more tightly pressed compared to the powders. So I didn't actually use makeup that much in the past month, just because I just haven't felt like it, which is fair enough. I did only use this 8 times last month, which I think is the lowest number of uses I've used since putting it in this project. It's fine, 8 is still really good compared to, like I said previously, when I didn't even use it once last year, so 8 is still good. And like I said, I still managed to hit my goal of hitting pan in the powders. So my next goal for this, I will say, is I would of course like to extend the pan on both of these powders, and I would like to see if I can try and hit pan on this one here. I'm really happy with the progress on this. I'm really happy that I'm using this, so we have that. And like I said, I did introduce another palette, but this one being an eyeshadow palette, and it was the I Heart Revolution Angel Heart palette. I'm having to hold it like this because it's super reflective. So again, what I will do is I will put a picture on the screen of what it looked like when I first introduced it, which was last update. And what I will do is I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looks like now. So this is what it looks like. Not hugely different, if I'm honest. I have managed to hit pan in the white shade here, and I've extended the pan in this one. But I did actually write down like how many times I've used each of these shadows. Some of them I haven't used once, which is fine. I'm not gonna lie, it's mainly like this area here, but it's definitely going to be something I will reach for when it gets a little bit more summery. I used this as well 8 times, because what I was doing is I wasn't solely focusing on this, which I don't know whether it should be something I should be doing to try and like hit my goal on it. But I was using my 1 month one palette, so I'd use this one day, then the 1 month one palette the next day, and then just keep doing that. And like I said, I didn't actually use makeup that much last month. I think coming into like the next month and then like June and stuff, I should hopefully start to be wearing it a little bit more again, because we're just allowed to go out a little bit more, hopefully. So yes, hopefully I'll get some better use on this. So let me just kind of go through the ones I have used. So I used this shade here. I used this 8 times. I used this shade here 7 times. This shade here twice. This shade here twice. And then I used this shade 3 times and this shade 3 times. So I have used it. I'm finding it difficult to see progress on it. But I mean, like I said, I did hit pan in here, so I'm happy with that. I think my goal with this would be to try and at least hit pan in all of these shades and have a pan each update. I don't know if I'm being unrealistic here, but it would be good if I could. I'm excited to still be using this. I do like this palette. I love my pinks, so I'm really happy with that. So I think looking at this here, I would like to see if I can try and get this colour completely finished and expand the pan on this one, and maybe have pan in this shade next. Shall see. Like I said, I'm enjoying using this and I'm glad I chose this for my Pan That palette. Okay, so now let's talk about my 1 month 1 palette that I used last month. I didn't take any photos of it or anything because I'm not like trying to use it to hit pan or anything. I'm just trying to rotate through my collection as well and not neglect anything. So the one I had last month was this, and this is the W7 Dusk Till Dawn. I picked this out last month because I just really liked the look of it when I introduced it into my Pan Those eyeshadows, which I don't do anymore. But this is what it looks like now, and I did manage to hit pan on this. I wasn't trying to, but I did, and I really like this palette. Really like this palette, and I can't believe at one point I nearly decluttered it. I'm so glad I didn't. This is such an affordable palette as well. I think this is less than £7. W7 eyeshadow palettes, I usually dupes for like other eyeshadow palettes, but they are really nice. I like them. Sometimes for me, I like the look of a palette, but I'm not sure whether I'll really use the colour story in that palette because I can be quite boring with my eyeshadow. And this one, it's kind of got like them pops of purple, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually reach for that much, but I have used those purples and they are really nice. So I really enjoyed using this, and like I said, I did alternate it with my Pan That palette, which I think I will continue to keep doing going forward because I did get a lot of use out of this, and I will be keeping this. I think what I'm going to do is, like with my 1 month 1 palette, is I'll also kind of say whether I want to keep it or not, because I do have some palettes in my collection that maybe are getting a little bit older, or ones that I haven't tried yet and I might just not like the formula. So I think what I'll do is I'll let you know whether I'll be keeping it in my collection or I will be passing it along to someone else. But of course, like I said, this one I will be keeping in because I did really enjoy it. And then what I actually decided to do, because I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes and I find it very difficult to choose which one I want to use next, I did a random number generator and picked an eyeshadow palette. And this time, I'm sorry, this one will most probably be really reflective, I chose this, and this is the Pure Defense Anti-Pollution eyeshadow palette. I actually won this in a giveaway and I haven't had the chance to try it yet, so I'm excited to give this a go. And here are the colours. I'm so sorry, it's a very reflective palette. I am really happy with this, but it's definitely a colour story that I can use because we'll be allowed to leave our house a little bit more now from next week. I really like this palette. I think it's got some beautiful colours to do some really nice eye looks, and also this palette just smells lovely. I haven't used this one yet, so we will see what I think to it. I haven't actually tried anything from this brand, but I love the packaging on it. I love it. So yep, that will be my 1 month 1 palette next month. Like I said, there's not going to be any goals I will set on this. It will just be to try and use it a little bit more and to understand whether I like it or not. So we have that, and that is my update. I'm really happy again, like I said, with my progress on my 2 palettes. I'm hopeful, like I said, to be able to finish the powders in my face palette. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe if you don't already. And I would love to know below your thoughts and opinions on my progress, and if you do any Project Pans, please let me know below because I love to watch Project Pan videos. And until my next video, thank you for coming by. See you later.